Hi everyone, I'm Dan Miller and welcome to the Monday Notebook right here on US Cowboy for August 4th, 2025. I'm Dan Miller. In a rare occurrence in pro rodeo, the weekend's highest paying rodeo, the Dodge City Roundup, canceled its short round due to weather. And while Sunday in Kansas was soaked in rain, the Mountain Valley Stampede in Heber City, Utah carried major all-around implications as all three Roughstock events were won by either Wacey Schalla or Stetson Wright. Meanwhile, at the weekend's third playoff series stop, the Douglas County Fair Rodeo in Castle Rock, Colorado, the team roping top three got its weekly shakeup. All that and more kicked off the ultimate month of the PRCA regular season. Let's get into it. Wacey Schalla cuts into Stetson Wright's bull riding lead with a pair of top two finishes. Schalla's back within $6,000 of the number one spot in the PRCA World Standings after winning more than $15,000 for his two qualified rides over the weekend. He was 89 to win the Mountain Valley Stampede and 86.5 for second at Kansas's biggest rodeo. Schalla's last four qualified rides have all been 86.5 or better, and three of them have been 89 or better. Schalla also won the Bareback riding in Heber City and has closed the gap in the all-around world title race to $66,000. Number 3 ranked header Dustin Egusquiza picks up two PRCA playoff series wins. After starting the weekend at number 4, Dustin moved up one spot in the standings and is now within $15,000 of Derek Begay after he and J.C. Flake captured the Mountain Valley Stampede and Douglas County Fair Rodeo with runs of 3.9 and 4.1 seconds respectively. Both wins paid more than $5,500, and it's already Dustin and JC's fifth win together after partnering up in June. Number 2 ranked bareback rider Bradley Miller returns to action with second place finish in Dodge City. Rocker Steiner pulled ahead of Miller while he was nursing a groin injury, but with Rocker taking the weekend off, Miller returned and won $5,029 for his lone ride of the weekend, an 88-pointer in Dodge City. Number 1 tie-down roper Riley Webb places at 5 rodeos on the weekend. The back-and-forth battle in the calf roping rages on. After Shad Mayfield took the lead in the world standings for about 48 hours at the end of last week, Webb answered right back with an $11,000 plus weekend and now leads by a little over $5,000. The two-time reigning world champion was 8th in Dodge City, 7th at the Mountain Valley Stampede, 5th at that famous Preston Night Rodeo, 3rd at Kansas's biggest rodeo, and 6th at the Douglas County Fair Rodeo. 4 of those rodeos paid him more than $2,000. 8 bronc riders go for at least 87.5 points at the Douglas County Fair Rodeo. Zeke Thurston made his 6th 90-plus point ride since the beginning of July, getting the win with 92.5 aboard Captain Hook to win $8,300. Ben Anderson 92 points, and Damian Brennan 91 also went 90 in Colorado. Now in 2022 and 2023, there were just 2 bronc rides, total of 87.5 or more there. In the last 2 years, there have been 14. Stetson Wright stays hot in the bronc riding with Mountain Valley Stampede win. 2 weeks ago, Stetson was number 17 in the PRCA saddle bronc riding world standings and more than $10,000 out of the final NFR spot. But he has quickly changed his fortune thanks to another win in his home state. He followed his victory at the Ogden Pioneer Days with 89 points on Flip a Coin to win in Heber City. He also rode for 88.5 in Idaho Falls and 87.5 in Castle Rock, Colorado over the weekend, to come to rest now at number 14 in the world. Well done. Roughstock winners come from the next generation of rodeo stars at the War Bonnet Roundup. Feild and Hay are 2 names that you undoubtedly recognize if you follow bareback riding and saddle bronc riding. But it was not KC, Dawson, or Logan getting the buckle in Idaho Falls. It was Daxtyn and Devon. Feild's 18-year-old nephew was 89 points, his biggest ride as a pro, to get the bareback W, while 21-year-old Devon was a whopping 91.5 in the saddle bronc riding for a career high of his own. Bull rider Hudson Bolton bolsters NFR chances with a 4-for-5 week. The PBR Rookie of the Year is getting closer and closer to the rare PBR World Finals and NFR double. He banked $22,647 total, including the $11,374 for an 87-point ride at the Cowtown Rodeo, and is now number 14 in the world. At the beginning of July, he was number 23. And tie-down roper Tyson Durfey follows up his Cheyenne victory with 2 checks of over $3,000. Listen, if you'd have asked Tyson Durfey less than a month ago if he'd ever make it to the NFR again, his answer would have likely been no. Now, I'll bet that has changed. Since July 18th, the 14-time NFL qualifier has moved up from number 42 to number 19 in the world standings. Over the weekend, he finished second at the Mountain Valley Stampede with a 7.5 and third in Preston with an 8-3. Couple those 2 runs with an 8-5 for third in round 2 in Dodge City, and he made $10,344. The 41-year-old Durfey has not been to the National Finals Rodeo since 2020. And that's going to do it for the Monday Notebook for this week right here on US Cowboy. I'm Dan Miller. We'll see you all next week.